Hello to you. I want to share on the menopause, and the reason I want to share on this is because of my book launch. I knocked everybody off the menopause bestseller list. I knocked Davina into second and third place, and I came in and took first place. And I think that was a really good message for me and the slant of sharing some of my book, because my book isn't about menopause. It's, it doesn't mention the word menopause within it, but oh my goodness, I think that's where the difference lies, because a lot of these books are really helpful. They're looking for ways to manage symptoms. I can have this, I can have that, I can do this, I can, I need that to feel me. But half the time, and I say this with a lightness, half the time that me isn't even known. What does it feel like to feel me? A lot of the women that are looking for that don't actually know what that is, and I think that's the dissonance. I think that's where menopause symptoms can be blamed for a lot of things. I was reflecting on this. I remember in primary school the shame a lot of girls felt when their breasts started growing, when they had changes happening. I remember boys punching girls in the breast. There was this whole cover up, hide, don't allow this transition to happen, where in other, maybe more indigenous cultures, it's a celebration. It's a opening into who we are, not this flesh body. It's an energetic power of that transitional part of your life. Menopause seems to be the same, because women then get praised for all the hard work and multitasking and all of this, and again often drift through life with those actions as validation and a knowing of who they are, where it's not at all. It's what they are doing, it's not who they are. And then menopause comes in, and there are some big shifts. There's an evolution of energy, there's an evolution of such a magnificent change. And I see that a lot of literature or people's beliefs are that menopause is this bad thing, and I feel like this because of that, without having a look underneath as to where your basic balance is. I'm in menopause now. I'm not perimenopausal anymore, and there are some changes that your body whispers for you to make. I notice now that if I have too much coffee, my sweats will come back. There's something I can do about that. It's empowering. Without knowing about that, how my body's working like that, then I don't know about those changes to make or to notice. And so I could be blaming the menopause and moaning about the hot sweats, the inconvenience of them, without seeing that actually, that's my body. It's not quite happy with what I'm doing to it. Same with sleep. I noticed about 7 years ago, I kept waking up around the 3 o'clock, up 3 to 4, that kind of time, and I did it more when I'd had a glass of wine in the evening. So I made the decision, and this isn't about not having things or blaming or judging or shaming ourselves. It's an awareness. Having that wine causes me to wake up. I could carry on. I could be quite happy waking up, or I could decide I haven't had any alcohol at all for 6 years. So it's about working with our body and listening to the wisdom. A lot of agitation. I see a lot of agitation because it brings up this fire in you, which is, creative power. But if we are somebody that isn't comfortable, doesn't really know what to do with that, then it's quite easy to throw that blame or resentment or ammunition at others because actually underneath that we're annoyed with ourselves, and we haven't looked there because maybe we don't know how to. So I think my book deserves a place, #1 bestseller in menopause, because it's looking at stuff that people aren't generally talking about, which can make massive difference in how you experience a most amazing transition in your life, that doesn't have you falling into the energy of that resentment or victim consciousness almost. Why is this happening to me? I feel awful. And yes, some of the symptoms are terribly awful, and there are medications or there are natural remedies that can support that. when we get underneath and we work out what's happening and we take our power back with it, we start having this attuned relationship with our body, with our life. You know, it is a call to slow down more. If we feel that we can carry on exactly the same as we were, and I know we live in a life, many high-powered jobs where that is expected, until we say no. Until this beautiful, powerful, feminine energy says no, because we get more done when we do less and we work within the rhythm of what's going on for us. We know we do. So yeah, I want to share that side of menopause, and is it something that you've looked at internally for yourself? It's not massive changes, it's not the latest vitamin. They may all be wonderful, but have you looked underneath about the relationship you have with yourself, which may be based on more judgment, this shame that we've carried since we were a teen changing into a woman? You know, that carries a lot of shame in Western culture. I mean, or a lot of attention that we don't want. And if we've not addressed that, or we've not noticed that part, or have a relationship with ourselves to hold ourselves when we feel that, because that may never change. It's not about changing. It's difficult to come into your balance, but we have to start with the basic. I feel all that's great, but if you're not drinking water that hydrates your cells, if you're not looking at rest, if you're not looking at resentments, you're carrying the heaviness of that, if you're not looking at fears, your kidneys, your bladder, your anxieties, the whole lot, it can be pretty tough and rocky. And it doesn't have to be. It can be the most amazing adventure, because, you know, warrior woman, you know, it doesn't all have to be plain sailing. And but the power we hold ourselves within during these transitions is sacred. So, #1 bestseller in menopause for a reason. Yeah, want to share on this beautiful day. Much love to you.